What's good? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. How are you? You reckon this is the same tree as last time? I think it's a different tree. Anyway, thanks for all the love for and on the recent videos. Got a day off today and tomorrow, so I come over to the park again a little bit later than usual after getting a bit more of a sleep in to make this video. Today I want to talk about how everything you've achieved, all the dreams that maybe you still have, the goals that you have, just anything that you're personally working towards or that you've already accomplished for yourself, that it's all subjective. And just the very easy and main point of this video is, as long as something is important to you, then that's all that matters and that it'll be worth it. I've talked about it a bit in the past where, of course, everyone's got their own life story. Everyone's been on their own journey. You started off somewhere and then maybe it's a goal of yours to end up here. But this goal you have here, whatever you're working towards, it might be something really huge for you. It might be a huge dream, something you've been trying really hard to work towards and make happen. But there might also be some people out there where this dream of yours is just normal for them. It's not a huge achievement. It's their baseline. It's something they don't even consider being worthy of a goal or an achievement. Maybe because they had different upbringing, different whatever it is that they're doing. Everyone's got their own perspective, their own goals, and their own starting point and the direction they want to head in. So of course, you can put that all aside because it doesn't really affect you and just focus on what is important to you and finding your why. As long as you have a strong why for what you're doing and what you're working towards, that's all you need. Don't compare yourself or take harsh words from people that think maybe your dreams are unrealistic. Or the opposite, if your dreams are too boring or mediocre. Because just because it's not a huge thing for them, it doesn't mean it's not a huge thing for you. For example, when I was in high school, sometimes at home, it wasn't always the nicest place to be. So back then, when I finished school, one of my main goals at the time was actually just to move to a bigger city and start living in an apartment, either by myself or with a friend. Just outside of the typical just household that I grew up in and moving around and all of that. I just wanted a more peaceful place where I could call it my own and it was my own space. And I made it happen, first in Auckland, back when I was still in New Zealand. It was a nice achievement of mine, moving out and then getting that apartment when, of course, it's my first time ever doing something like that. I was 17 when I left home, but then it was just after my 18th birthday, I got my first lease for a rental. It was a nice little achievement because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just figured it out as I went along, went to the inspections, applied, proof of income, history, if you could even call that history. But I made it happen at a young age, and I think it definitely helped me get and become a bit more confident in myself when approaching the larger outside world as an adult, I suppose you could say. And then secondly, when I came to Australia, I came to Melbourne, I did the same thing again, which was pretty much just the bigger version of that previous goal, to live in a bigger city, in a different country, nicer view, better facilities, just a lot of you could say an upgrade compared to where I used to be. And that was a really big achievement of mine. And I'm not too sure how long maybe you've been here for, but if I compare that to where I started, it meant a lot to me. But if some people, they maybe came from, I don't know, maybe better upbringings or potentially with more money around them, it wouldn't have seemed like that much of achievement. But that's okay, because it's just my journey. This is the path I've been on. And it's a nice contrast seeing where I started. I was a bit lost, didn't actually have too much guidance when it came to approaching the larger outside world as a whole. I was kind of just winging it on my own, finding my way, which is fine. And I learned a lot from it. I learned to trust myself more and believe in myself and just go for it. And it all worked out. And then you end up in this position sometimes where, let's say you've achieved that dream or goal of yours, where you might start getting comfortable. And if that's what you want, if you're actually comfortable now and you just want to stay in that moment, you just want to live that peaceful life, then that's fine. I'm not going to tell you you always have to be striving for more. It's always nice to strive for more, to see what you can achieve, to see what potential you have. But if you've reached a point in your life where you're actually happy where you are, let's say me, for example, if I just wanted to live in this nice apartment, go to work, have my weekends, put money aside for food, for travel, anything like that, for a lot of people, that's a nice lifestyle. And for me, of course, it's a nice lifestyle. And I appreciate the fact that I've achieved it and I'm fortunate enough to live it day to day, but I still want more. It's not that it is not enough. In the past, I think when I had my younger mindset, if I saw where I am now, I would think, oh, it's not enough. I need to keep going, Whereas now I don't have the it's not enough mindset, because it's really just your point of view. It's a I want more mindset. And you might think it's the same fucking thing, but I don't think it is. When you look at something from it's not enough point of view, it feels like you're missing something. There's something out there that is going to make your life so much better that you're missing out on, and you just need to keep working and you keep finding it. But sometimes, I think if you get caught in that, you realize that there's not one specific thing. It's just really your whole approach and understanding of life as a whole, and it really just comes down to your mentality and how you face life day to day. So I'm happy I've achieved what I've achieved, and hopefully you're happy you've achieved whatever you've achieved so far as well. Doesn't matter how big or small it may be. Even if you're just trying to improve your life day to day, maybe you want to wake up a little bit earlier, or maybe if you want to have healthier food and you start cooking for yourself. Some people out there might not give a fuck and think that's the bare minimum. But as long as to you it's a step in the right direction, really focus in on that, and don't let anyone take away from those maybe smaller or even the larger goals or visions or dreams that you have in mind. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. If something's important for you, just do it, believe in yourself, and ignore what anyone else has to say. I'm about to go to some apartment inspections. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you soon. Much love.